Welcome, foolish mortals, to our final night in the Haunted Mansion. It's been a long, spooky journey for us, but all things must come to an end. Good evening, Otter. I hope that you are feeling more in spirits right now. That was a rather labored pun, but you know what I mean. I hope you are feeling far more at ease. Hello, JP. I am alright. I may be a little ethereal right now, but what can one do? Yes. Good evening indeed, Otter. Well, you all know the deal by now, so let's just get right to it, shall we? Okay. Yes, let's re enter the mansion. Oh, now the lantern is all the way upgraded. But, as I've said before, we're going to have some of the hardest levels in the entire game tonight. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Let's just see how things go. And hopefully... Ooh. Let's see what we have here. The art gallery. What does Leota have to say here?
Before each painting, pass you should, and change them all from bad to good.
Exactly. Oh, just wait, daughter. We'll get to have our final showdown with Thorn tonight. Damn it. So, so this is what we need to do. We need to turn all of the spooky paintings back into nice, pleasant ones. But some of these paintings change back into their ghoulish selves. Oop. You again, huh? There, have that. Haha, there we go. Oh, Shit. Not you again. I've mentioned last time, Otter, that this is the ghost in the entire game that I find the creepiest. He's also the hardest one to take out, as you can see. Hello, bear! Welcome! Oh, you coward. Oh, come on. Haha, how do you like that? Good evening, Bear. It's nice to see you here with us. There we go. Haha. Well, that's good, Bear. You made it for the grand finale tonight. Yep, these spooky paintings. Ah, damn it, I missed one. Lovely. Right, that's what I needed to do. Haha! There we go. Oh, you didn't miss anything, Bear. I actually just started. No, I'm saying you made it for the finale to the game tonight. It's okay, you didn't miss anything important. Only just started tonight. But yeah, this is the portrait gallery, Bear. And all I needed to do was turn the scary paintings back into pleasant paintings. There we go. Keep climbing, 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 climbing up the stairs. Well, and actually, a couple days ago, Bear, was a very special anniversary. A couple of days ago, Disney World itself turned 50, and with it, the version of the Haunted Mansion ride I've experienced, which is the Orlando version. There we go. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, this is the version of the Haunted Mansion ride that I've actually ridden. The one in Florida. Never been to the Disneyland one. No spooky stuff? Yep. Yep, indeed, Bear. I decided to do something special for my for the history section of my Discord. Each day this month, I plan to share a little bit more and more of the history of the Haunted Mansion ride and its various versions, at least as much as I can during October. Because it arguably has the most fascinating and detailed history of any of the iconic Disney rides. Oop. Hold on a second. There we go. Now let's see. Oh, well, thank you, Bear. Now let's see what this lady has to say.
Well, my. Now that is a work of art. so powerful and masculine.
Oh yes, that is a rather handsome-looking fellow, isn't it?
The chiseled face, dignified yet with a touch of longing. An impressive self-portrait if I ever laid eyes on one. Lost, most likely. Handsome. Single with any luck.
It would appear that the ghost rather fancies the person that this painting's based on. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys, if you wait long enough in this game, after you open a door to a room, you wait long enough without going through. Ooh. Okay, and is anything going to ambush me here in the hallway? Oh yeah, let's check out. Yes, golden ticket. Indeed, Bear. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys this first night I was streaming this. You may wonder why I haven't gone here yet. Well, let's see what Leota has to say.
Odd. This This strange device looks like something the Order of Shadows would use, but I don't see how to activate it. Perhaps we'll find a way later.
Ooh, something mysterious about this entryway. And something uncomfortably familiar about the guy in this portrait. Could be just me. Oh yes, beware of hitchhiking ghosts. Oh dear, an emoji off between you guys already. Come on, Zeke, stop being startled by the clock. You've seen much more nightmarish things by this point. Now, Bear, just so you know, whenever I see the nom nom emoji, I instantly think of King Shark in the Suicide Squad movie. Can't really help myself in that regard. He was my favorite character in it. Okay. Attic. Can't quite get in the attic yet. Ooh, and an observatory here. Haha.
To reach the stars so you can see, just jump across the space debris.
Space, the final frontier. Hello again. Hey, Hales. Welcome. Well, you came in just in time. I'm Hales. Tonight's gonna be special in that I'll actually get the game finished tonight. Although with the way I keep losing lives, I might have to start over a couple times, but See, I hate that this guy can sneak up behind you. I'm doing alright. Went to the movies, went and saw the Sopranos prequel with my folks, and they seemed to really enjoy it, and I liked it. Not as much as them, but then again, I've actually never seen any of the Sopranos, and from the way they were describing what they liked about the film, apparently you need to be someone who remembers the show really well to really appreciate it, because there's a lot of references to the show and all that. A lot of foreshadowing and stuff like that. Damn spiders! Stop spawning! Uh-oh. Oh yes, let's start the telescope and stare into the stars. Yeah. And I did like it, Hales. Because I personally thought it was a good movie. I just realized that I can't appreciate it as much as someone who knows The Sopranos show would. Although, if you have any interest in seeing it at all, Hales, just know the trailers are complete bullshit. It's not a Tony Soprano origin story. It's more of a prequel that talks about all sorts of people from The Sopranos. And I think that's a reason why the movie's been getting not the best reviews from people, because the trailers made you think it was just about young Tony Soprano, and it really isn't. That Tony Soprano isn't even the main character in it. Whoa. But yes, here we are in the cosmos. Whoa. 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 Oh, damn it. Indeed, Otter, indeed. Yeah! There we go. Just made it. Now I could turn the lights on here, but if I keep going out here, oh, and try not to fall. Damn it. But yeah, if I go to those optional paths and don't just turn the lights on, I can get a couple of more extra lives. Damn it. But yeah, Otter, I don't know if you've seen that on Discord yet, but starting yesterday, I did start doing a little series of history facts about the Haunted Mansion attraction in that one part of my Discord, the random history one. Damn it. Stop falling, Zeke. Yeah. Well, thank you, Otter. And of course, there's a lot to talk about. That's why I'm... Yeah, I know, Bear, I know. There! Got one extra life. Don't fall. Don't fall. There we go. Hello, Tim. Welcome. It's nice to see you made it. Yeah, it kind of is parkour in that level. No, no, not at all, Tim. You're not that late. I do like the ambient music in this room once you turn the lights back on.
Get away!
Ah! Oh no, you don't. Yeah, take that, gargoyle. Ha ha ha. There we go. Indeed, Zeke. Indeed. Yep. Get our courage juice. Oh. Oh, we appear to have a queen here.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's responsible for keeping this thing clean, for crying out loud? I can't even tell who I'm looking at. A slayer of dragons? Ha! If I have to wait around for one of those to show up, I might as well take up a lance and go slay it myself. Ha! A woman's work is never done. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the...
Once upon a time.
Oh, and a king.
Now, where was I?
Oh dear.
The princess is in another castle. or so I've been told.
Not quite, King Shark.
Which castle,
Oh wait, yeah, in the chat, yes. Nom 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 nom. But it would appear this king here is sounding a little under the weather. It's alright, Zeke, you turned the lights back on here. Ah. I told you I'd be ambushed in the hall. There we go. See what I mean? Already I lost a life, and I hadn't even started another level. And this level right here, more than any other, guys, this is why I exactly Bear. This level I'm about to start, this is why I ended the game when I did last time. Because this is the level where I can easily lose all my lives if I'm not careful.
To reach the cranks, you'll need to fight. The chandelier will raise the light.
Yes, this one will be another endurance round. But even more of an endurance round than the mausoleum. Oh, but first, let's do a little bit of reading.
The fever has returned and claimed some of the laborers, but not before they completed their task. Recovery of the beacon's soul gems is now imperative, as is the gathering of the final ingredients. The gems were scattered in an attempt to thwart me. My minions still have not been able to deliver them. Perhaps there is another way.
Ooh. And this entry is right before we entered the mansion. Ooh. Here we go, guys. Ah! Yeah, this is the level where the game pretty much throws everything you fought at you. See, I have to do the cranks too. I can't just fight everyone in the room here. Yep, see, there we go. Ah. Okay, 2 down. But I still got a shitload of enemies to deal with. Oh, and here's the thing about this level, guys. They will keep spawning until I get the chandelier all the way up. That's why this level, if I'm not careful, can eat away my lives pretty quickly. See? Ah. See? And the regular and only the regular ghost got scared away by the light. I still have all these guys to deal with before I can go, and search around. See, the light attacks don't work on the gargoyle. Well, I understand, Bear. I mean, you should have seen my streams from, like, a couple months ago. I know how irritable Wi-Fi can be. I hope you have a nice night, Bear. And thanks for coming by. Question is, where do I look first? Oh, of course. Damn Grim Reaper ghost. Yep. Oh, and also, guys, if I were playing this on Nightmare difficulty, I would have died a few times. Like, truly game over died. Especially at this part. Like I've said, I have beaten this on the highest difficulty before, but it's not easy. I mean, here I am on normal difficulty, and you see how many lives I've already lost here. And this isn't even the final level. Wait, did I go down this one already? Guess I did. Ooh. Wonder what the story here on this death certificate is. Looks like a scurvy character right here. Ha
Outstanding! We've completed the pirate's death certificate.
Yes. Yes, a ghost pirate. Yahar, indeed, Otter, indeed. There we go. Okay, I'm clearly missing a few more ghosts. Yeah, whatever, bats. Come on. What am I missing? Oh. Hello there. Haha.
There we go. Now...
Good morning, maybe evening, whichever it is, matey. I'm starting to think maybe you wasn't going to make it this far. Oh, no, what's this? My death certificate. Yes, this is how I lost me treasure. A mutiny it were, a bunch of whiners. I always gave 'em a fair share. Say, matey, you found any of me lost treasure yourself? No? Well, if you do, you go ahead and keep half, which is 40%, you know. And just to show I'm a man of me word, I'll give you this here ring. It's a seaman's ring. Belonged to a member of that Order of Shadows, it did. Use it well, and if, I mean, when you come back, I got you in for half the loot. Like I said, a full 30%. In fact, I could always use a good first mate. That is, if you're still in need of gainful employment when this is all over. Keep that in mind. Half of the loot for me first mate. 20%
Night, JP.
And not a penny less.
Have a nice night, JP.
The markings on this ring seem familiar. The foyer. That's
Ooh.
it. This ring is the key to the device in the foyer. We must return there.
Aha! But yeah, guys, I'm starting to see why this guy was mutinied against. Because if you were paying attention there, he kept going, half of the loot, which is 40%, you know. Yep, indeed, Otter, indeed. Well, I mean... Yes, they do, Otter, don't they? But yeah, I think we can see now why this guy was mutinied against. Because if you were paying attention there, him talking about sharing half of the loot, he kept going, which is 40%, you know, and then, like I said, a full 30%, and then finally, half of the loot, 20% and not a penny less. Yep, no wonder he had his crew turn against him. If it weren't for the fact that he's a human and not a crustacean, I'd be going, is he related to Mr. Krabs? A rather penny-pitching sort, wouldn't you say? And that's never a good thing, to be a penny-pitching pirate captain. Ooh, and if you've noticed, well, I don't know if I scoot over here, if you look at the number on the lantern, you see what the number is? We now have 999 spirits in the lantern. Yep. Okay. Maybe if I go lower levels first instead of just going straight from the upper level across, maybe Thorn won't notice what I'm doing. Maybe. That is the question, Otter, isn't it? But first, I need to fight my way across, of course. It would appear that Thorn's trying to throw everything he can at me. Even more than usual. Although last time I fought him and beat him, he did flat out say as he just ran away,
Enough! I'll deal with you later!
yeah, enough of the damn banshees. Damn suits of armor. Okay. Oh, damn you. Repeat. Oh, two of you at the same time? That's hardly fair. Oh, and one of you's growing taller? That's hardly fair. Okay, this is not good. Damn it. There we go. Okay. Yes, it does, Otter. And now back to the foyer. Let's see what's waiting me here. Oh, lovely, a gargoyle. Come on. Come on now. Haha. There we go. Okay, and just to be safe. Anything else coming? No? Okay. Well, that looks inviting, doesn't it? I mean, I know we technically should go confront Thorn, but that looks scary. Okay, might as well. Oh, and Otter, I know you've been missing a certain room in the mansion. So let's just see what we have here. Yes. Yep. Of course I had to find some way to put the stretching room in. Ugh, nasty worms. Get out of here. Oh. Oh, there he is. Thorn.
Good, good. You've brought them to me.
You will never get away with destroying the afterlife as long as we're here, Thorn.
That's right, Leota.
Afterlife. Night Here, sweet Leota. Think you that my ambitions stop merely at death's door? Oh, no, no, no. Why settle with conquering the realm of the dead when the land of the living is practically within my reach? No more of this confusing life after death nonsense. I'm afraid from now on, it's just death, death, and more death.
Okay, this guy's hardcore evil, isn't he?
The beacon!
Oh no!
That if you don't mind.
Shit.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
Well, now what do I do?
You've collected a great deal of souls for me, not to mention all of the legendary soul gems. And thank you, my loyal minions, for
Yeah, children of the thorn.
willingly to my cause. With the energy of these souls, I will have enough power to bring darkness and decay over the heavens and the earth.
Oh no.
I won't be needing this trinket anymore. Truly, everything that lives dies if you give it enough time. But patience, I'm afraid, is one of the many virtues you'll find that I, well, lack. From the mightiest king to the tiniest sparrow, all will become nothing but ashes, dust, and food for worms.
Uh-oh.
Ah, yes. In the end, the worm conquers all.
Well, that's creepy. And kind of gross. Uh-oh. What the hell?
My feast has just begun. Oh, I'm afraid your precious beacon is quite powerless without its crystal core.
What are you doing? Whoa!
The souls,
Uh-oh.
their suffering is beautiful, powerful, but there's still room. For at least one more.
He said it, Otter. Room for one more. And yes, you saw right. We're using Madame Oda and her crystal ball as a power source for the lantern now. Pretty much as a last resort, since earlier on in the game it was established that she did have power. That she was powerful. But will she be powerful enough to help me defeat Thorn here? Oh, you asshole. Haha. There you go. Damn it. Stupid power move. Ah. There we go. Haha. Come on. Ooh, you asshole. Damn it. It's okay, I still have 11 more lives. Haha. See if I try dodging, then he'll try to sucker punch me with that power attack. Damn it. Come on. Okay. Okay. We seem to have gotten him. We should be good. Wait. Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, dick move, Thorn. Ugh. Yeah, of course, Thorn would have to be really creepy looking when he takes his final form. Yeah, exactly, Otter. Not like this. Come on. Haha. Oh, enough of the lava. Come on. Come on. We've almost got him. Oh, you ass. Who told you could breathe fire on me? Yes! This mansion is claimed.
Ooh, doggy. Now that was some shooting.
Huh? What?
Zeke? Zeke?
Ooh, must have. The wind knocked right out of his sails.
Oh dear. He's gone.
It was an honor to have served with him. Bravest fella I ever met.
Poor
He
Z.
did sort of grow on you after a while. Poor little beggar.
Really, dude? Oh wait, never mind. He just was worn out.
We thought we'd lost you.
You were victorious! Atticus Thorn and the Order of Shadows will trouble us no more!
Hurrah!
Thanks to you, Zeke, and Madam Leota.
Alright. We were using Leota as a power source for that beacon. Hopefully
Leota?
she's still alright.
Madam Leota, are you there?
Haha!
Take that, you bloated sack of souls!
Leota!
What? It's over already? Did we win?
Yes, it's over, and everything's fine. More than fine now. They're free, Leota. The souls. You freed them all.
With their troubles finally put to rest, the ghosts resolved to haunt the mansion together, for now and ever after. I made up my mind to stay on for a time as caretaker of the estate, and afterwards, with the blessing of Madame Leota and the others, I continued to pursue my dream of becoming a writer. Only many years later did I come to understand how, on that dreary October afternoon when I first opened the door to that haunted mansion, I had opened the door to the rest of my life.
As the moon climbs high o'er the dead.
Yep, exactly, Otter. Now the mansion's back to being what it should be. a home of happy haunts. And, of course, why not listen to Grim Grinning Ghosts? And harmonize. Grim Grinning Ghosts come out to socialize. Waves creak and the tombstones quake. Spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim Grinning Ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, for a silly spook may sit by your side. Shrouded in a daft disguise, they pretend to terrorize. Grim Green Ghosts come out to socialize. When you hear the knell, the requiem bell, where the spirits dwell, red suspense etherealize, rising spooks of every size. Grim Green Ghosts come out to socialize. Ghosts come out to socialize. Well, I'm glad that you had fun with that game, Otter. I do have yeah. So yeah, now you guys know there is something good you'll find if you Google the Haunted Mansion 2003. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those who hates the Haunted Mansion movie. To me, it's okay. But let's face it, it could have been a lot better. Honestly, I wish it had been more like this game. Yeah. Of course, sad thing is, this is a game that more or less got forgotten by time because, well, it was meant to be a tie-in of sorts to the Haunted Mansion movie, and the Haunted Mansion movie didn't do terribly well when it came out, so the game itself didn't do that well, sadly. But, oh well. At least it's a game that holds up. Yeah, that's the thing, Otter. There's parts of that movie, there's enough in that movie that I do like, but there's also some things that I think held it back, like, it really was a mistake to go like, no, the protagonists are just the mortal people visiting the mansion. It would have been nice to have at least some of the main characters be the actual ghosts. And also, I know that the story in the movie was based more on some of the earlier ideas for the Haunted Mansion attraction and not so much the ride itself, but it would have been nice if it had a lighter tone to it and not quite so grim, like, oh, there's a curse on the place. Yeah. Ah, yes, cheat codes. But, let's switch out of that for now. Oh yeah, I mean, the movie has a nice start and all that. And no joke, Otter, there were things that they were intending with that movie that got cut out, like if the climax feels very abrupt and out a bit off in terms of pacing. Yes, ghost host Doc. That's because originally Gracie and why am I blanking on his name? The evil butler in it. Originally, Gracie and him were supposed to have an actual fight. And that's supposed to be what happens when he does the whole, like, damn you all to hell, and the evil, like, entities come flying in and all that. that was supposed to result in a big climactic fight between Gracie and the butler, in which they duke it out and all that, and then you had the resolution of the whole him being dragged to hell and Gracie having to save Jim because he tries to drag Jim down with him. Which, honestly, I wish they had kept that because it would have made the climax better and that it wouldn't have felt so abrupt how easily defeated the villain is. But yeah, now this was not... I wasn't intending this to be the sole thing I did tonight if I finished the game without any do-overs and all that. I do have something else planned, but for that I'll have to do an actual intermission to get it properly set up. But I can do a little bit of chatting before we get to official intermission time. Oh, and I also, and I got a couple of nice goodies today for future cosplaying stuff, including some stream-related things. In fact, one of which I was thinking of of doing after intermission. Just gotta wait a little bit for some stuff to load, but we can shoot the shit in the meantime. Oh, and fun fact, Otter, between the two, Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion, since they were being made roughly at the same time, fun fact, Michael Eisner almost pulled the plug on Pirates of the Caribbean, and he steadfast believed Haunted Mansion would be their big hit movie in terms of adapting rides. I know, ironic, right? But no, he almost pulled the plug on Pirates of the Caribbean because of how it went over budget and took longer to shoot than they were expecting. And literally Jerry Bruckheimer had to have a face-to-face meeting with him and more or less talk him out of it. Whereas the Haunted Mansion, he assumed, oh, that'll be a movie that sells itself. Well, it was kind of a bit of trolling on my... Yeah, and also it's actually a bit of trolling on Michael Eisner's part why Eddie Murphy even stars in the movie. Because before he went to work for Disney, Eisner was the head of Paramount Pictures. Yeah, and... yeah, indeed, Hales. Indeed. But yeah, before he headed Disney, Eisner worked at Paramount Pictures as its president. And he knew Eddie Murphy when Eddie Murphy first got into films. And unfortunately, he took advantage of the fact that when Eddie Murphy started out doing movies and all that off of his success on SNL, he managed to trick Eddie Murphy into being one of the last actors in Hollywood history to have a studio-exclusive contract. Meaning like, oh, you can only make movies for Paramount Pictures until this contract expires. As a result, Eddie Murphy was not allowed to be in Ghostbusters. Because few people know this, the Winston character in Ghostbusters, originally he was supposed to be a fellow scientist alongside the other guys. And Dan Aykroyd had the character written primarily with the idea of Eddie Murphy playing him, because he had had some good times working with Eddie Murphy on the film Trading Places. But Eisner basically told Eddie, you have this contract that says you can only make films for us, and we're not making this Ghostbusters film, so you can't be part of it. And, well, that not only led to Eddie not being able to do it, but that also is how they changed Winston into being more of a token character and all that, under the guise of, oh, we need an audience avatar and all that. Which, let's face it, Winston was always the character in those original films who kind of got the short stick. But anyway, so years later, Eisner's head of Disney, and they're getting ready to do a Haunted Mansion movie, which had been in talks for years, but with little success. But now they're finally doing one, and he decides, I wonder if I could get Eddie Murphy to star in this, basically as a way of trolling him and remind him, hey, remember how I wouldn't let you do Ghostbusters? What if you do a ghost movie for me now? Yeah, I mean, the cojones on Eisner. Plus, Eddie wasn't in the best spot in his career, and that's part of the reason he agreed to do it, because right before he had done it, he had done the Pluto Nash movie, which tanked hard, and a lot of the success he had had in comedies in the 80s and early 90s had dissipated by then. So he more or less agreed to Haunted Mansion, more or less because, well, hey, they're offering me a lead role in a high-profile movie, so why not? Yep, indeed, Otter, indeed. Yep. And, well, and some other interesting things. For instance, Jennifer Tilly has been on record claiming that she had talks with producers and executives at Disney who assured her that if the Haunted Mansion movie was a huge hit. Yeah, pretty much, Tim. Well, I hear that Dolomite movie he did a couple years ago is pretty good. And that movie looks pretty interesting. And kind of makes me think of that Disaster Artist movie, since they're both about guys with passion project films that were intended to not be so laughably comical, but ended up being that way. Anyway, so Jennifer Tilly has been on record claiming that she had talks with various producers and executive people at Disney who assured her that if the Haunted Mansion movie was a big hit, like Pirates of the Caribbean was, she was told that, yes, we will have you replace the existing Madame Leota in the ride. Which, we dodged a bullet with that one because, well, those of you like Otter who probably know the history of the attraction know that the Madame Leota, the face in the crystal ball, not the voice because they had her dubbed over by a different actress, but the face in the ball, that is Leota Toombs, who was one of the first female Imagineers and was a very high-ranking Imagineer. Had a long, distinguished history at the company, and that's a big part of the iconography of Madame Leota. So imagine if they had decided to throw all that legacy out the window in favor of, oh, the actress we had playing her in the movie, he was somehow really popular. So yeah, that would not have gone over so well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jennifer Tilly, she's fun, but I do think she was terribly miscast in that movie. You needed somebody with a little more of an ominous flair to them to pull off Madame Leota, not someone who would have a very Valley Girl sort of persona, and that's basically what her Madame Leota was like. Literally at one point saying like, look, I don't make the rules, okay? I just work here. It's like, yeah. And there were a bunch of interesting things that were considered for the movie, but they cut out like, there was talk of including the stretching room into it, but they dropped it because they're like, no, we can't figure out a story-driven way to include this room in the movie, which is ironic considering that one sequence that is nothing but fan service to the ride of Eddie Murphy walking down the hallway, past the changing portraits, past the bus that are following him as he moves, and past the doors that are knocking and the door that's breathing. That was a reshoot after the first test screenings, where people were complaining, hey, we want to see more references to the ride here. So, if they were willing to shoot an entire scene of just fan service filler like that, why not include the stretching room? But I digress. Also, in early drafts of the screenplay, it was going to be set as a Hudson River manor house, more like the way the Florida mansion looks. But they made the decision, nah, let's base it more on the Disneyland one, which, understandable, that was the original one, and to this day, that is the iconic Haunted Mansion. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a movie like Haunted Mansion, and where you have this ride with such a devoted fan base over the years and such history, you gotta have something referencing the ride in it. Plus, that is one of the more amusing parts of the movie. Even with the cringe dialogue of him seeing the breathing door and assuming, that must be termites. It's like, okay. Yeah. And no joke, another tie-in to the movie that is also pretty good, they commissioned an official coffee table book sort of thing about the history of the attraction, which in its first edition also had a whole extensive section about how the movie was made. But the book itself was so popular that years later, when they instituted a bunch of changes to the mansion, they did a second edition of the book in 2009, I believe, and they included more backstory of the creation of the ride, and also highlighted some of the things that had changed in the ride since the first edition was published. And they trimmed some of the stuff about how the movie was made from the book. So yeah. And I do have a copy of each edition of this book. It's a nice little book. I mean, given that it was officially commissioned by Disney, you do have some parts of the story being polished a little, because I've also looked at other things about the history of the attraction that you wouldn't find in an official Disney history, because they deal with like really vicious studio politics stuff and infighting among the Imagineers, and that really wouldn't do for an official promotional history thing. Yeah, indeed, Otter. Well, and we do have a new Haunted Mansion movie coming up this upcoming weekend. Granted, with that Muppet Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus, and that I'm not super excited for it, but at the same time, it does look like it'll be better than the Eddie Murphy movie, and also, it's just nice to see something substantial with the Muppets again. I wish it would have been more like an actual theatrical film or something, instead of like, oh, let's just throw it on Disney Plus, but oh well. Plus, it seems like the Muppet Haunted Mansion movie's gonna include actual ghost characters from the ride a lot more than the actual Eddie Murphy movie did. And if nothing else, it could be a nice little passing the time thing. But yeah, like I said, here, let me switch out some things here. Yep, don't mind me. So yeah. Yeah, and, Muppet ghosts have worked before. I mean, Muppet Christmas Carol, let's not forget that. Those were some fun Muppet ghosts. We're Marley and Marley. Ooh. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Okay, still got a little more time to wait on there. But yeah, so I guess I can shoot the shit about stuff more related to the movies and all that. Well, interesting thing about the movie itself, when they were designing the way the mansion looks in it, you notice that it does look like it is clearly based on the Disneyland mansion, since it has a very New Orleans plantation house sort of look. But they made some major differences to the design, like the reason why it's very skinny metal like bars instead of actual columns in the front of the house is that oh, no arguments there, Tim. I much prefer Ghostbusters over Beverly Hills Cop. Then again, I'm one of the people who prefers the Beverly Hills Cop sequels over the original one. And there aren't that many people like that. But yeah, learning the history of Beverly Hills Cop, I'm like, yeah, so that's why the comedy in Beverly Hills Cop 1 feels kind of forced. Because originally, I don't know how many of you noticed, Beverly Hills Cop was originally not supposed to be a comedy. It was supposed to be more of a straight-up action film, which would have starred Stallone. Then Stallone dropped out, and it was suggested to have Eddie Murphy star in it. And when that was settled, that's when they decided, well, if we're having Eddie Murphy star in this, we need to throw in a bunch of humor into it. And that's why, at least from what I get, what I notice every time I watch it, that's why the humor for me feels a little forced in the first Beverly Hills Cop. It's why I like the sequels to Beverly Hills Cop, because those ones went in knowing from the beginning they were comedies. So I felt the jokes fit better in the sequels, but that's just me. But yeah, that is a great what if. What if Eddie Murphy had been in Ghostbusters? That could have been fun. But at the same time, I do love Ernie Hudson in those movies. Even though he's not given a lot to do in those films, what he does work with, he does pretty well with. I mean, he does have some nice standout moments in those films as Winston. I mean, ever since these things are real, ever since I started working with these guys, I have seen shit that'll turn you white. I mean, that's one of my favorite lines in the movie. And also in the 2009 game, which I don't know how many of you know this, I will be streaming that game at some point this month. And I can't wait for that, because I love that game. But I really like him in that game too. Ooh, you can tell in that game that he is really enjoying playing this character again, and since it's a full game, he gets to have more of a presence than he did in the actual films, and that's fun. But yeah. Yes, Ghostober. Well, not all of what I'm going to be streaming this month is ghost-related, Otter. The next game I plan to stream is not ghost-related, technically, I mean, sort of ghosts, but in the mythology, it's more monstrous stuff. But yeah, next time I'll be starting a new game at the start of a stream. It will be Until Dawn, and that'll be fun because I have never played that game. And I'll try my best to get the best ending where everyone lives, but I make no promises. Because I understand that ending is kind of hard to get. Yeah, fair point. Fair point, Tim, and he is good in The Crow. Oh, he is. And I do wish, though, that they hadn't trimmed down Wilson as a character in Ghostbusters simply because they didn't have Eddie Murphy playing him anymore. I wish that they had enough confidence in the character to keep it going like it was supposed to be. But oh well. Yep. Let's see what else. Ooh. Well, I guess I can. Well, it's a little annoying. I was hoping to actually have the thing finished uploading, but guess we'll just have to deal with base game for now. Bit of a shame, but I think now is a good time for me to go into my intermission. Quick intermission. I just need to change outfits here. So, say goodbye to the ghost host. It's been a ghoulishly good time here, but I have to go. But the stream will continue, just with someone else. Don't you go away now. Be right back.